Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and I have a very impressive attacking game for you played by a Hungarian chess player Rudolf Charousek, who was one of the top 10 players in the world during the 1890s. His opponent is Jakob Wollner and the game was played in 1895. Charousek had white pieces and he started with e4, e5 by Wollner and f4. White goes for king's gambit, e takes f4, king's gambit accepted, bishop c4. White is choosing the bishop's gambit, allowing queen h4 check, which is actually the best continuation for black, though black responded with bishop e7. Well, black is usually playing the line with this bishop e7 when after e takes f4, white is playing knight f3. In that case, black is playing bishop e7, trying to use the vulnerability of white's king side. But after bishop c4, instead of playing queen h4, we see bishop e7, d4. Now it would have been logical after bishop e7 to play bishop h4, but in the game we see knight f6, e5, knight e4, and bishop d5. Looks a bit strange, actually. Bishop takes f4 looks more natural. Instead we see bishop d5, which gives rise to very complex lines. Now comes bishop h4 check, king f1 and knight f2. Black knight is forking the queen and the rook. Now the queen jumps on h5 square, threatening mate in 1, and black castles kingside. Knight f3. In return, white wants to capture on h4 and g6. Of course, capturing on h1 is better, though white can capture on h4, and then after the exchange of queens come after the knight on h1 square and win that knight as well. But instead, after knight f3, g6 was played, queen h6, knight takes h1 and knight takes h4. Actually, this g6 move weakened black's dark squares too much, and now black will pay a high cost for it. c6. Now the bishop on d5 square is under attack, but instead of moving it away, Charousek played bishop takes f4. Actually, knight c3 is stronger. If c takes d5, then knight takes d5. This knight is coming and black is facing serious problems, but in the game we see bishop takes f4, c takes d5, and knight f5, threatening checkmate in 1. Black accepted the knight sacrifice as well and captured on f5. Now comes the bishop g5. f6 was played. Well, if you move away your queen, then bishop f6. There are mating threats, that's why black responded with f6. Bishop takes f6, and black gave up his rook by capturing on f6, getting rid of this dangerous bishop. He takes f6, again white has a mating threat, queen f8. Queen g5 check, king h8, and knight c3. The rook is coming to support the queen. Queen g8. Actually, playing b6 is better. If rook e1, then knight c6, and then black can develop the bishop with a tempo, but instead we see queen g8, which gives white a huge advantage. Now you can pause the video and try to find Charousek's next moves. Ready? The queen on g5 square is actually hanging, but Charousek played rook e1, a fantastic queen sacrifice. Right now white is both sacrificing the queen and at the same time is threatening rook e8, trying to lure away the queen and then checkmate black king. Black accepted the sacrifice and captured on g5. Now comes the rook e8 check, queen g8, f7, and believe it or not, but in this position black resigned. Well, black could prolong the game by playing queen f8, though after rook takes f8 and then rook takes c8, this is over. White pieces are simply picking up everything on their way. If king takes f7, then knight d5, the knight is coming. If a5, then knight c7, and then rook takes b8, and then white will also win this knight on h1 square, and it's over. That's why, understanding that his position is hopeless, after f7, Wollner resigned. A very impressive game, I think. I have already forgot how many sacrifices we saw in this game, and of course the final combination was very spectacular. Thanks for watching. Here are more suggestions for you, and for more games don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Good luck.